Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back. This is part 2 to What If Naruto was a reincarnation of Meliodas. One thing I gotta mention before this video, Story Sage telling me to stop sidetracking. It's my thing, okay? I get sidetracked every now and then, and I go off of the story. And it's not my fault. It's a thing that's driven right inside my head. And that's the genetics that I got from my dad. My dad likes to talk a lot, and I love to talk about stuff a lot. So you're gonna have to get used to it either way. But I'll try and focus on the story sometimes, okay? But I'm sorry if you don't like me getting sidetracked. If you don't like me talking about other stuff, then go to another YouTube channel. I don't care. But I'm gonna try and listen to you, okay? I'm gonna try and stop getting sidetracked. Anywho, let's get right on with this story. Oh, yeah, forgot. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon so you never miss another upload. And let's get this story started then. So, last time when I left off on this story, we last left off on when Naruto brought back Tsunade with Jiraiya in a flashback. Now we cut back to the present time where Tsunade is crying in the office about Jiraiya's death. As Naruto comes in there with his outfit on screen, the outfit on screen, his buffness, the black cloak, the lightning bolt on the sleeve, and the sleeveless hoodie with his shorts that show off his kneecaps, and then the leg, then the shoes, his hair, all of that, all of the beautiness, all of that attractiveness to what most women in the world could find attractive. I don't care, but yeah. He comes in there and he's like, "What the hell were you thinking? You sent Jiraiya on a suicide mission. Tell me, if Jiraiya was the Kage, originally he was supposed to be the Kage of the village. Tell me, would have done the same thing if he would have let you on a suicide mission?" As he stands there looking down on her, she looks up to him with a sad look, shaking her head no. She can't build up the courage to tell him, yes, he wouldn't. He wouldn't have. I think I got that wrong. I think it was supposed to say no, he wouldn't. Yeah, there. Fixed it. Sorry. But yeah, he said, that's what she said. That's what she does. She nods her head no. He looks down on her saying, I'm disappointed in you. Really, I am. As he walks out the office, slamming the door shut, as Tsunade just starts bawling her eyes out, crying even harder. Letting the sensei of one of the strongest shinobi in the village die, that's gonna leave a mark. That stuff ain't going away anytime soon. Ugh. Oh man. But yeah. Naruto, he decides he's gonna go after Sasuke today. He made a promise to Sakura. Flashback. As we flash back a few months after, after, I don't know why I said after, but before Jiraiya died, Sakura came up to Naruto asking this, Naruto, Naruto, what is it, Sakura? Anything that I can do for you, or are you just here to bother me? No, that's not what I'm here for. Oh? Then what are you here for? I came here to ask a favor of you. A favor. What kind of favor is it? Uh, could you please bring back Sasuke-kun to me? Bring him home, safe. Hmm. I really don't like that emo kid. I really don't. But I guess, for the village and the betterment of our team, yes. I'll keep that promise for you. After all, it is my Nindo way. I think he says Nindo in the anime. I don't know. That's what I'm hearing from the anime. He says Nindo. That's my Nindo way. But yeah. Whatever. Back to the story. Again, I'm sorry if I'm getting sidetracked. I love to talk about little things. Sorry. But yeah. Now we cut back to the present day. He goes up to Tsunade after a full day of her crying, drinking a bottle of sake, calming down, and getting herself composed. He goes up to the office, knocking on the door. She says, "Come in." He comes in. "Oh, it's you, Naruto." "Yes, Lady Tsunade. I would love to ask for a mission." "Oh, what type of mission is this?" "To retrieve Sasuke Uchiha, to bring him back to the village. I have already shown more tracking abilities than most other ninja in our village. I can track anyone down within a mile, and I can do better than what they've done. My tracking work is better than the clan of Kiba. I don't know the clan's name. Can somebody tell me in the comments? I forget what the clan's names are for Choji and Kiba and Shino. I forget what their clan names are, so please tell me in the comments. But yeah. Really? Yes, even before the old man Hiruzen died, he told me that I could become a Jonin with my skills. I know about the shinobi system, I know about the world and how dark it is out there. I know how it all goes, I understand it quite well. So I would love it if you could give me a Jonin rank. Alright. We'll have you go through the Jonin test. If you can pass all the tests for a Jonin, I'll give you the rank of Jonin. And I'll even give you a team to work with. A team? That sounds fun. Alright, be here on Saturday morning, 2 a.m. 2 a.m. Why so late? Or early, I don't know, I don't care. Because it starts at that time, and it'll end on, I don't know, make up whatever time you want. It ends later in the day at lunch. Yeah, it ends at lunch. Alright, I'll be here then, on Saturday. We cut to Saturday. We cut all the way to Saturday. And yeah. So, since I don't know the Jonin, test, I'm gonna make one up. It's gonna be like this. You gotta know the basics of interrogation, since you're the team leader of a team. So you have to know the basics of interrogation. You have to know how to track people down. So they send out somebody to run away for about 2 miles, and you have to track them down. And they have to make it as difficult as they can for you so that you can't find the person. And also, you gotta be very proficient in hand-to-hand combat, jutsu, all that stuff. And yeah. And yeah, you gotta be very physically fit in order to do the necessary. So yeah. So we buzz through the entire thing. Naruto passes all of the tests. He managed to find the guy that was running away for half a mile. He managed to find him in 2 seconds. He sniffed out the air, touched the ground, looked at it. He closed his eyes, put out his sensory chakra, expanded his chakra out through the land, and he could feel the person's chakra. And he started bolting right towards the person, and he tackled him on the ground, shoving his face in the dirt. As he says, "Got you." Good job, Naruto. But did you have to tackle me so hard? Sorry, man. Couldn't let you get any further than 2 miles. That was the test. I guess you're right. Anywho. Sorry, I had to crack my neck. Or pop my neck. Man, I need to go see a chiropractor or something, dude. But yeah. That's how Naruto passes. Now up to the final part. It's a physics test, different stuff, learning, different, like, about university type levels of intellect. You have to show wiseness, you have to show calm, all of these emotions to be a Jonin. So you have to be very calm and collected in a very tense situation. But we all know in this what if, Naruto is super calm and super chill and happy at every given moment, since now he's like meliodas. And which now he's gonna be very like Meliodas. He's gonna be chill, he's gonna be happy all the time. And the ship for this, it's gonna be It's gonna be Ino, Yamanaka, Hinata Hyuga, and Karin Uzumaki. Yep, my man's is gonna have a little tiny bit of a harem. Karin Uzumaki, Ino Yamanaka, and Neji. No. Why did I say Neji? No. No. None of that in here. None of that in my Christian server. But yeah, it's gonna be Hinata Hyuga and Ino Yamanaka and Karin Uzumaki. So on his journey, so after he passes the entire thing within a few minutes, Tsunade is very surprised at the least. Like, her expectations for Naruto was never to be this high. Like, she never expected him to pass it so easy and fast. So she decided to make up one final test. Since this is like the Jonin test, she decided to add on to that test. If you can defeat the Hokage in hand-to-hand combat, or like put your hand on her shoulder or the back. If you can put your palm of your hand on her back or on her shoulder, or put her hands behind her back, you win. Against the Kage for a Jonin. And the Kage has to hold back significantly. But for her, she knows that she has to go all out. So Naruto gets in a stance. He gets in like a stance, or no, he doesn't. He's super chill. He's powerful enough. He's like Meliodas, so he puts his hands in his pocket. He smiles at her giving a glare and a tisk, like a you know? So yeah. She runs in first. She has quite an impressive speed. Naruto comments on it as he's like dodging her in his head. Huh. Her speed is quite incredible. Her strength is amazing. But nevertheless, I'm more powerful, as he takes out one of his hands and just slaps her on her gut. Like he doesn't punch her, he slaps her on the gut. And for how powerful these characters are going to be, let me explain of how bad it's going to hurt. I'm getting sidetracked, I know. Don't say anything about me getting sidetracked. So for these characters to hit that hard, it's gonna rupture something. It's gonna like shake your guts around. It's gonna do something to mess up your internal organs. So the minute the palm of his hands make contact with her stomach and the rest of his fingers touch her belly, it starts to like rumble her guts around. It starts to move her stomach, move her move around her intestines, and just send a total shockwave throughout her entire body. The skin is starting to ripple. Like if you've ever seen those like slow motion cuts where the skin starts to ripple because you can't see it. Like if somebody gets punched in the face, the skin is gonna ripple, but for the normal seeing eye, it's not gonna ripple. It just looks like a normal punch. You didn't do anything. But in slow motion, the skin is rippling as you punch them. So that entire shockwave from Naruto hitting Tsunade in the gut is gonna ripple her entire stomach. It's gonna send waves throughout her stomach and onto her back, upper chest, making her tatas jiggle, and then just sending the entire shockwave throughout her body. Soon enough, she slides back, putting one of her foot behind her, her other leg bent forward, her other foot extended out behind her. Just like she is sliding on the ground, her feet are making drag marks as she's like sliding back. As she puts her hand on her stomach and one hand forward to catch herself on the ground, she spits out a bit of blood and spit. A little bit of blood is starting to come out of her nose, and a bruise mark is starting to happen on her stomach, just above her, just underneath her like ribs. Like he hit her right in the abdomen, just above the belly button. So like underneath her, right underneath her chest and under her ribs and just above the belly button, that spot, he slapped her right there. And right there is where the stomach is located. It's located right just below your heart. So the minute he slapped there, it's just gonna start a chain reaction of different problems going wrong internally. So yeah. After she touches her stomach or touches her abdomen just above the belly button, she starts feeling a puking sensation come on. She opens her mouth and then just a bunch of lunch comes spewing out puke and blood. It's like you can see a little bit of blood spots inside of the puke, and yeah, chunks and bits of food are on the ground. Just like normal vomit, when you feel sick, you vomit up a bunch of your food, acidic stuff inside your stomach, the acid stomach to, grind down your food, turn it into fecal matter and piss and all that stuff. Yeah, all of that. Yeah, the puke is on the ground with spots of blood and a little bit of blood coming out of her nose because I think he broke something internally, which now is causing her to have a bloody nose. And then, like, a fractured arm, like the arm is starting to fracture just a little bit. She can feel her bones starting to crack in her other arm. Her ribs are starting to crack more faster. And, yeah, her back is starting to feel a little bit of pain because it sent a ripple effect throughout the entire body since he slapped her right on the stomach, sending that shockwave through her body and hitting the back of her spine. So it's going to cause a little bit of pain, so she won't be able to walk for a few days. She's going to have to roll around in a wheelchair for a few days, I would say about a week, before she can walk again, before the pain can go away. And yeah, she says, okay, okay, you win. You're a Jonin now. as she starts to cough up more blood and yeah, as she finally gets knocked out, leaning back not to hit herself in her own puke. She just puked right in front of herself. So she starts to push herself back, starting to land on her backside. Her hands spread out. Her hands are spread out to the left and right, just feeling the overall pain and everything. Her arm is broken or shattered or something like that, fractured. Her ribs are starting to crack. Her back is starting to feel immense amount of pain. So yeah, as the medics come rushing in, picking up Tsunade, putting her on a stretcher, and bringing her to the hospital. So the medics there try to heal her injuries the best that they could. They did, like, they put a cast on her arm. They put a cast on her arm. They put like a spine, like one of those things for scoliosis or something. They put like one of those bracers on her back, wrapping around her stomach, and putting a cast over her gut, just above the belly button. They put a cast around her, and one of those spine correction things for scoliosis. But yeah, to help her not move her back. So yeah, she can't move her back at all. She can't walk. If she tries to walk, she'll put pressure onto the spine, and the spine will start hurting again, causing her immense amount of pain. The minute she tried to move when she woke up, the minute she tried to move, it hurt like hell. Like it felt like something was gonna break the minute she tried to move. And it felt like 140,000 pounds was put on her back. So yeah, she doesn't move. She asks them to give her anesthetics to remove the pain a little bit, just to help out. They give her a bottle of painkillers and a syringe. They told her not to take the syringe and the bottle of pills at the same time. So yeah, she puts the syringe. She knows not to take the pills right away. She waits about 4 hours, then the stuff starts to kick in, and the pain goes away. So yeah, she's in the hospital for a few days, but she's discharged. I can't remember what the name was. Shizune, yeah, Shizune takes cares of her. She's in the Hokage's office doing her work in a wheelchair. So yeah, Shizune helps her out with paperwork and different stuff. Hokage matters. But now we're off of Tsunade's case. Let's go back to Naruto. So Naruto just put on the Jonin vest. He put on the Jonin vest with his sorry guys. He put on the Jonin vest after what everybody heard about Naruto beating Tsunade with one slap to the stomach. Yeah, no one's looking forward to messing with him. So yeah. As Naruto through the years, he's been like practicing with the black power, the black and purple white dragon power, aka Meliodas' reincarnation. So a few times when Naruto is sleeping, he sees this little boy, is what he's thinking. He sees this little boy uh, with a black, what is it, a vest? A black vest with a long sleeve shirt, shorts, these weird shoes that look like, I don't know, they have a buckle on the front of the shoe. He tries to speak with him, and this is Meliodas, as everybody knows. So, him and Meliodas have a talk. Meliodas explains the power. Oh god, sorry guys, got a pluggy nose. Got a haka spit in the back of my throat. So yeah, Anywho, yeah. So they have a talk. Meliodas. So, you've managed to unlock my power, and all that is. Sorry, guys. I got interrupted by my family, so family matters I had to attend. But yeah, now where we left off. We last left off where I just explained where Naruto got to the Jonin. Yeah. So last part, Naruto. Yeah. Darn, I just got knocked off my train of thought, so now I can't think of anything that I can add on to the story here. Uh, oh yeah, we were getting to the point where Naruto would go after Sasuke. So he picked out Sakura, Neji Hyuga. You know, he picked out Neji Hyuga, Yamanaka, ne- Hinata Hyuga, and that was about it. Now let me give you a little bit of background. Ino has had a crush on Naruto, but she didn't realize it. She was still Sasuke's fangirl, but whenever she looked at Naruto, she always had a feeling in her chest. She doesn't know what that feeling was. But lately, through the years, she has noticed that she starts to have an attraction towards Naruto. After a few years of just watching him train, watching him become what he is today, watching him become necessarily sort of like a god. She believes that he has become a god, or something like that. A pinnacle of strength and pure will. So, yeah. She noticed that Hinata started watching him as well. One day, she approached her. The encounter. Hinata? Hinata. Ah! Uh, oh, it's just you. What are you doing here? I should be asking you the same thing, Hinata. Wait, did I say Neji? I don't know. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with saying Neji Hyuga. Maybe it's just my off time or something like that. I just start ranting stuff with Neji. The Neji memes, mini Neji, yeah. But yeah, uh, she says, "Oh, it's just you. What are you doing here? I should be asking you the same thing, Hinata. What are you doing here?" As they watch Naruto, Naruto, yeah, as he throws a punch and a gigantic air force just pushes at a tree, knocking it over. He throws another punch. Yeah! It sends a gigantic air force just go blazing right through the forest. You see like a giant dust cloud kick up with a bunch of trees just flying all over the place. And then after that, Naruto jumps up in the air, and then you hear him screaming. He slams both of his fists down into the ground. A gigantic earthquake happens. The earth starts to crack and crumble underneath Naruto's fists. You know when somebody jumps up, like in a gaming thing, they jump up, and then they smash both of their fists down into the ground. They're bent over, their legs are spread out. That's what he's in the position in. As like he starts to sink into the earth, and then rocks starting to kick up, and then the platform of rock that he stands on starts to slide down like a platform on a mountain. The rock starts to like crumble and go down just a bit, a few levels low, and then rocks starting to kick up, boulders, tiny pebbles starting to fly over the place. Gigantic dust clouds are forming. Yeah, all of that stuff starts to happen. And yeah, after this ordeal, Ino and Hinata just start like looking at Naruto in absolute amazement in his power. They notice a black mark over his face starting to form. It goes from his forehead, a black mark like a scar, going over his eyebrow onto his cheek. And we all know this as assault mode. A black substance takes over the left side of his face. A black substance goes over his arm, over his leg, and then the black Rasengan, instead of turning red, it turns purple, and the lightning turns black. Pure black, no outer rim, just pure black lightning with white rim. Like you see the red outlining of this lightning? You see this black and red lightning? Well, the lightning is black and it's white. Black and white lightning. So yeah. So after all this, Naruto has no expression on his face. It's just like blank. He looks around his surroundings and starting to test out his power. He starts to test out his power by throwing a punch, and then that punch, like before, except 2 times more stronger than ever, it kicks up gigantic boulders and pebbles all over the place. A gigantic, almost like a mountain, starts flying off into the distance, flying into the ocean, creating a massive wave. And then, after that, he puts the power to his back. He focuses the power to his back, and black wings sprout from his back. Like, the wings are shaped like feathers and everything. Black wings, the 2 times more bigger than his body, since that's how wings are supposed to be. They're supposed to be 2 times bigger than the body of the animal, so yeah. These gigantic wings just sprout from his back, and it's black and purple. Black, purple wings sprout from his back, and a black mark takes over the right side of his face. Is it the right or left side of his face? I can't remember, but I think it's the right side of his face. But yeah. Anywho, he flies around, testing out the power, feeling its grasp. He feels its grasp over his soul. Meliodas is like screaming in his head, "Hey, hey, hey, hey! Back down from that power! If you use it too much, it'll take over you and you'll start destroying everything!" As Naruto is hearing this, he tries to back out. It's a little difficult, but he tries and tries until the other side of the wing, the left side of the wing turns pure white. The other side of his face is taken over by a white mark with black outlinings. So it's just like the black mark with white outlinings, but it's a white mark with black lines. It's shaped just like the assault mode, but it's shaped like an elegant feather on his face. The other one is shaped like a jagged bat wing. The other one is shaped like a jagged bat wing. The other one is shaped like an elegant feather from a bird. This is equal mode. Equal mode is sort of like assault mode, but it's equal. He has emotion, but no emotion at the same time. He can show sadness, but he can show nothing at the same time. I know it doesn't make any sense when you first hear it, but yeah, that's how it is. He takes down, he feels almost like a cosmic energy take over his body. Now that Naruto has almost mastered the entirety of Meliodas' good and evil side. If you did not know, spoilers, Meliodas has a son, I think, or a daughter, whichever one of the two. A daughter, a son, whichever one. The son has more of the prominence of the power. Like, he has 60% of the power. Naruto only has 40%, and he's mastered around 30, so he still has a little bit of ways to go. He has to master the 40%. Right now, he's at I would say he's at 37. He's at 37% master of the power, but Meliodas' son or daughter, whichever one you want to say, his son or daughter has 60%. So yeah, that's why he's not as powerful as I'm trying to make him out to be, but yeah, that's how it's gonna work. Since myself, I opened up a gateway and let Meliodas' good and evil side travel through a gateway into an endless void for a few seconds. And then I traveled over to the Narutoverse, opened up another gateway, and Meliodas' dark and evil side, no, dark and light side, come flying out as a black and white purple dragon. You know, from the very start of the other What If, you know? You know the story. The black and white dragon went into Kushina, actually went into Naruto, showing abundance of a promise of prodigy, all of that. Since he's the reincarnation of Indra and now Meliodas, since Meliodas died after my gateway opened, the soul was split in four pieces actually. The dark side, the light side of Meliodas, and the other half of dark and light side of Meliodas went into his daughter or son. I really don't know. And then the other half went into Naruto in a different universe, cutting off his other two halves. Because in my universe and my existence, how it works like this is if one piece is connected to another half, the other two pieces will try and connect by force. If they try to travel through dimensions or if they try to travel through time, they will always try and be attracted to one another and bring each other together. Now, by me interfering with that, by cutting open a gateway to an entire universe with different physics and different laws, I cut off that connection with the other half. So, Naruto's son or daughter and Naruto won't meet. So the other two half light, half dark pieces of Meliodas' soul is stuck in his son or daughter, while the other half is with Naruto. So yeah, that's the whole explanation of the reincarnation here. Man, I am starting to get sidetracked, but I love it. I love explaining things to you guys so you can start getting it easy to understand it more. So yeah, that's what a what if is. Some things don't have to make sense. You just gotta think of a way to make sense of it. I'm not the one trying to make an entire background, an entire story arc about how it works, how my universe works. That's just the way I am. But yeah, anywho, that's Naruto. So yeah. So after Hinata and Ino look at Naruto training, they are absolutely inspired by his strength and power. They start to train even harder than before. He, Hinata starts training more and harder than Neji. Ino starts to train more in her clan's like mind transformation jutsu. She just created a jutsu of her own. It's called Permanent Mind Lock. If you guys want me to create more of these powers, like different jutsu, and want me to give you a background of how it works, let me know down in the comments. Do you want me to do more of these like explanations about how the power works and a little bit of a backstory of how it will work in the future? Let me know, because I will do that. I will give you a very detailed explanation. But yeah, so the way this ability works is she transfers her own mind inside of yours. And once she finds out what she needs to know and wants to keep you in a prison, she'll make a permanent prison with her own key inside of her head. She'll put you in the prison, lock up the cage, and get out of the mindset. Once she is out, you'll be unconscious forever until she says, or until she decides to release you from her mind transformation jutsu or her permanent mind lock jutsu. She can decide to lock off memories. She can decide to lock off any like emotion. Like she has an abundance of different techniques and different like choices to make inside your own head. Like she can lock up your conscience inside of your own head forever and you won't be conscious. She can lock off memories. She can do a multitude of different things like wreck your mind, make you insane. She can like wreck your memories so you can't remember anything perfectly. She can do a lot of stuff when she's inside your head. But yeah, anywho. Hinata has more strength in her punches and her six trigrams. Her six trigrams, 24 palms, 64 palms, 8 trigrams, 64 palms. Her palm strikes are more deadly and more like tough and more stronger, so it locks off your chakra points even longer. Like if she decides to put her whole force into like locking off your chakra, the chakra will be locked off for 24 hours straight without you like trying to like unlock it. It won't unlock. It will stay like that for 24 hours straight. Her power strikes are even more powerful. With one strike of a palm, she can send an entire boulder that is about the size of a building flying about half a mile away. So yeah. Her Byakugan is more stronger and stronger. She can see chakra points from about nearly a mile. So yeah. Just know that her power is more devastating, and Hinata. So yeah. And Ino and Hinata have put on a few they put on a few muscles. They're more voluptuous looking, more elegant and beautiful. And Naruto is starting to notice this. Like Ino is more voluptuous and more curvy, if you could say. She's more beautiful looking. She adds a little bit of makeup, lipstick to add on that elegance. She's very beautiful. And any type of woman would kill for the bodies that Hinata and Ino have. Their curves, their voluptuousness, their absolute beauty. Anyone or any man would call Ino and Hinata goddesses because of their elegant look. So, yeah. Naruto is starting to notice this beauty and their absolute shine overall. Like, he is starting to feel something in his heart. Like, a flame has just ignited over seeing these two. So, yeah, that's the end of the flashback. Now we head to the present time. So, Naruto has picked out Sakura, Neji, Ino Yamanaka, Hinata Hyuga, Neji Hyuga, Sakura Haruno. Yeah, that's his team. He picks out these specific people because they show a lot of promise. Since Sakura is the apprentice of Tsunade, yeah, she is the apprentice of Tsunade. So yeah, that's why he picked out Sakura. She shows a lot of usefulness and a lot of promise. So yeah. Uh, Naruto, they go off out into the world. Naruto checks out for the chakra. He says, "Hey, Hinata." Hinata comes over with her vest. Her vest on, a little bit tight on the chest part, tighter on the abs a little bit, but not too tight where it's like unbearable. It's just a little tiny bit too tight, but she can handle it. So it's more like compressed and pushing in her belly a little bit more. You know, like those gut things with women. You know, like they put it around their guts or something like that. They put it around their abdomen. You pull on it, tightens up their stomach, tightens around their waist. You know. So yeah, it's not like that crazy. The vest, Naruto's vest is about the same. Like it's tight. It's tight around his abdomen. It's tight around his shoulders. But he doesn't complain with it. But it still protects him very, like, damn well. It protects him damn well. Like, if a kunai was thrown, it wouldn't, like, pierce the vest. It would bounce off or something like that. But yeah, that's what the vests are made for. I don't know why in Naruto, Kakashi was slashed across the chest as an X and he was bleeding. I don't know what the Jonin vests are made for. Like, are they made for defense? Or are they just made to look cool for aesthetics? But yeah, back to the story at hand. Like I said, Story Sage, I'm sorry if I'm getting sidetracked. It's what I do. So just deal with it. You can't tell anyone to get rid of their own problems and everything else. So anywho, Naruto, he goes and he says, Hinata, look at this. As she comes over, bending down, getting on one knee, activating her Byakugan. She sees a footprint on a tree. She marks out that it's a size, like, says some random number, and it says that this chakra was imprinted on this tree just a few moments ago. Oh yeah, that's one thing that I forgot to mention. She is, like, multitude her Byakugan so much to the point she can see past chakra points. Like, if you, like, put chakra through your hand and touched something, she can see the chakra imprinted onto that object. So yeah. So she sees a footprint imprinted on the tree. She follows the imprints on the tree. She says, "Hey everyone, there's there's footprints on branches over here." As they come up to the tree, she says, uh, Naruto, wait, really? Yes, Naruto-kun, over there, and over there as well. There's a pathway on these branches. Alright then. Well, we're following you then, since you see the pathway. Really? Yes, you take lead. We'll make sure that we're behind you, so nothing is following you. And if anything comes in within a mile radius, I'll tell you. Okay, Naruto-kun. I trust you. I got your back. We all do. As they all say, right. As Naruto gives the go-ahead, like putting his two fingers together, waving forward to say go. So Hinata starts going, following the tracks on the branches. They're going for a good like half a mile, like 2 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles, and then they get up to 5 miles, and she suddenly stops. Naruto stops right next to her, and he says, "Hinata, what's up? Did the tracks stop?" She says, "Yes, Naruto-kun. The tracks stop here. They go down this tree. I see footprints leading down to the ground there, and then tracks right there. Look." As she points to the ground, Naruto gets down, jumping down, landing like a boss, getting down on one knee, looking at the tracks, rubbing the dirt, seeing if there's anything distinguishable about it. He says, these tracks were made just a few hours ago. We're not alone in this place." Really? How do you know?" "I can feel a faint sense of chakra around here. Look, the tracks split off. There's abundance of tracks going that way, towards the north. But there's also different tracks splitting off from this direction. 2 other footprints over there. 7 more leading that way." As he points to the left, he points to the right. Huh. Well, Neji. Yes, Naruto. What is it? "I want you and Sakura to follow those 2 tracks. You find anyone, bring them to me. Hinata, you're with me." As they both blush. Really, Naruto?" "Yes, you're on me, since I've noticed you've improved your skills. You're strong, so you're with me. We need to take the full brunt of the attack if there's anything awaiting Sakura and Neji. So me and you guys, on me." "Yes, Naruto. We're following you." "Alright, let's go." As they follow the more abundance of tracks leading to the north, Neji and Sakura follow the other 2 tracks. They see a red-headed girl waiting there. She's bleeding out. She's unconscious. There's a stab mark on her gut. Let's skip to a few minutes before this. Sasuke. Sasuke's thinking that this red-headed girl is nothing but useless. And I think that guy's name that was in Sasuke's group was Jigen or something like that. Kijin or Gijen? Gejen or Gijen? I don't know, but his hair was orange. He was very muscular looking. And the guy with the white and blue hair with shark teeth that can turn into water or anything like that. Yeah, that guy. So he took Karin off to the right into the side of the forest. He knocked her out, or no, he stabbed her, and then he punched her, and then he knocked her out, leaving her to die. And then he's come running out of the forest saying, "We're being followed! Hurry!" They ask what happened to Karin. He says that Karin got killed as she was talking to her in private. They're saddened by this. So yeah, they're off and everything. And now we cut back to the present. As Sakura's going over there and healing her, suddenly Karin speaks. She says in a low-toned voice. Sakura comes closer. She hears Karin say, "Sasuke-kun, why? Why did you do this to me, Sasuke-kun?" As she's in shock, Seeing that she has a stab wound and a bruise mark on her face, she thinks, no, Sasuke-kun would never do such a thing. Would he? And she starts to have doubts about Sasuke. But she waves it off, saying, no, he would never, right? Yeah, he would never do such a thing like this. He's my Sasuke-kun. My Sasuke-kun would never do such a horrible thing to another person. So yeah, as she says to Neji, Neji, is there anything wrong with her chakra points? As he activates Byakugan, as he says, Byakugan! As he opens his eyes, veins start going to his eyes, and his eyes turn white. Huh. There is nothing wrong with her chakra points. Well, except for one chakra point. That's where the stab wound was. Whoever did this, or Sasuke, if he might have done this, or if anyone else done this, they struck a vital point in the chakra points. But luckily that we arrived in time, or else this poor girl would have died without our help. As, she starts healing faster and faster. The heal works. And, included with, Karin's, heritage, the Uzumaki have an impressive healing rate. So her healing is starting to take over, and she is starting to feel way better. The bruise mark is starting to disappear little by little, but it's starting to shrink into a little dot. So yeah, they say, and she says, Neji, could you carry her? Neji, of course, Sakura. Now, let's head back to Naruto. As Neji picks her up, bridal style, and he goes running off with Sakura. So, with Naruto, Ino, and Hinata, they have just found one of Orochimaru's bases. So as he says, hang on, I think this might be a trap. I'll head in first, you two come in after I say come. What if it is a trap, Naruto-kun? Don't go in by yourself. No, I got this. I'm sure I do. As he heads in. Hello? Anyone here? An echo in the background. Hello? There's no one here. As he thinks. As Orochimaru himself comes up behind Naruto. Without Naruto him sensing anything, because Naruto forgot to activate his sensing ability, he starts sensing stuff. He starts looking around, poking around stuff. A lot of stuff is broken, like a lot of test tubes with snakes inside, toads inside of it. A lot of test subjects, different jutsu maps. All of a sudden, Orochimaru bites down saying, "Ha!" Naruto, "Gah!" As Orochimaru is biting down on Naruto. "Ah! Get off of me, you freak!" As he grabs his head and flips him over his back, holding onto his neck or his shoulder. Oh yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Now is the time for this. That's right. He has the curse mark. He has the curse mark. All of a sudden, Naruto starts to feel this immense amount of pain. He's starting to transform. His eyes turn to yellow and black, with a black circle in the center of that yellow dot. His skin is starting to turn black and red, with flames on his back. horns start growing out the front of his head, poking through the headband. His nails become sharper, his muscles become more refined and more bulky looking. His skin turns black and red. His eyes turn yellow and black, with a black circle in the center of that yellow mark, with spikes jutting out from his spine, with wings coming out, black wings coming out that are 2 times the size of his body, with a tail coming out the rear side of his tailbone. His tailbone comes out, and then it starts to grow skin on it, with a point like an arrow on the tip of his tail, with spikes coming out of his tail, or no, like a spike on a ball. So a ball forms on the tail with spikes jutting out from that ball. It's sort of like what is it called again? A brachiosaurus? One of those like dinosaurs that have a tail for a wrecking ball for a tail. It has spikes on it, so yeah. His legs become mutated, his arms become longer, his muscles become bigger and more refined. His eyes turn yellow. His eyes turn yellow and black with a black circle in the yellow. His hair starts growing more, coming down to his shoulders like this in the picture. He looks like this. His skin is black and red. The curse mark is taking over, with the curse mark looking like this. It has the 3 tomo in it, the 3 tomo on the curse mark, but it turns white instead of black like the rest of his skin. So all of this curse mark look on his face, that turns white. His whisker marks don't turn white, but the rest of his curse mark turns white. The Uzumaki swirl comes onto his shoulder, and he looks like what he's on screen. His demonic power starts coming out. His teeth starting to sharpen and elongate. His mouth becoming like a snout, like a dog, or like a tiger. His teeth become like a tiger's mouth. He's starting to like growl and more like an animal, but he has control of himself. His nails become like claws, super sharp and everything. As he scratches himself, leaving a scratch mark over the left side of his face, like a 3 scratch mark, like 1, 2, 3 scratch marks on his face, and they both go over his eye as he opens his eye and he says, "I'll kill you!" as he leaps forward and grabs Orochimaru by the neck, and he's about to punch Orochimaru, but Orochimaru sheds his skin before he can do so. On the outside, Neji and Sakura just made it to Ino and Hinata. Right as they make it, they hear someone say, "I'll kill you!" in the distance inside of the cave, as they hear a loud kaboom as the mountain starts to shake. Cracks starting to form on the cave entrance, and a loud puff of smoke comes rushing out of the doorway. Suddenly, they see a bunch of snakes come slithering out. And then they see one snake that's pure white with eyes and a mouth. This would be Orochimaru as his snake form. As they hear Naruto screaming inside, "Where are you, you coward? Come out of your hiding place! I'll kill you! Where are you?" As he starts throwing Rasengans all over the place, start throwing black fire, black, purple fire, and lightning bolts all over the place, starting to destroying place, starting to wreck the place into nothingness. As Ino and Hinata start yelling out, Naruto-kun, come out! Quick! Orochimaru's out here! Naruto-kun, calm down! As they start yelling for him to calm down, Naruto hears them and starts to calm down a little bit. He comes out looking like a demon with a tail. As they step back in horror, saying, Naruto-kun, what happened to you? As he says, I don't know. And I'm not liking what I am right now. I am not liking what I have turned out to be. When I find that snake, he's gonna die. As he tries to focus to transform back, he transforms back, and then Naruto, he feels himself transforming back, his nails turning back to normal, the horns going back into his head, the tail sucking in right back to his tailbone, the wings going back into his shoulder blades, and him starting to shrink back down to his normal size. Before, he was 10 feet 9 inches. Now he's back to 5'8" or 8'5", 8 feet 9. No, 6 feet 8. 6 feet 8 inches. So yeah, he's pretty big. So yeah, he turns back, and once he does so, Naruto, he starts looking around for Sasuke, and then after that, they go searching around and stuff. They report back to Konoha saying that they couldn't find him, so yeah. Anywho, I think that's where I'm gonna end it, guys. Let me know down in the comments, do you like it? And again, Sage, Story Sage, deal with my sidetrack. I don't know how I'm gonna get rid of it, so just deal with it for now. If you can't deal with it, go watch another YouTuber. I'm sorry if you don't like me, but I likely don't care about it. But anyways, to the rest of you subscribers, I hope you like my content. And I would like to see more comments on my videos, please. I want to get more ideas. And I already know about the idea about Naruto being the 10 Commandment leader, and the ship about Derry Airy and all that. I know that one of you guys want that. And one more thing. Yeah. Oh, looks like we got another comment. I wonder what this could be. Oh, Story Sage. Well, looks like you like my forgotten one, don't you? But yeah, like I said, I hope you like my stuff, and I see that you do, so I'm glad about that. And you, my friend, you right here, I can't read that. It's the one that says just below this one, the 10 hours one. The one that says 16 hours about. Next, can you do what if Naruto was Meliodas? Well, that's what I did. That's what I did. I gave you part 2 of both what ifs. He was reincarnated, and now he's starting to become like Meliodas. So technically, that's what I'm giving you, my friend. What if he was Meliodas? That's what I'm giving you. He's starting to slowly, over time, become Meliodas himself. a fusion of Naruto and Meliodas, a personality fusion. So he's gonna become like him, but not totally like him. But yeah, I would love to see more of these ideas. I'm doing what this guy says. What if he was like Meliodas? Or what if he was Meliodas? I'm doing that by slowly doing it over time. And I've watched your like videos and stuff. Like watch this and stuff. I've been watching this guy right here for a little bit. All that stuff. So yeah. So yeah, that's where I'm gonna end it, guys. Hope you like this what if, because I'm trying my best not to get sidetracked, my friend. And yes, I'll start working on part 2 of What If Naruto Was Forgotten. I'll make that one even longer. Hopefully I can get it to number 2, since this one is on like what? 10, 1, 0? Yeah. Probably I can get that one up to 2, 0 instead of 1, 0. Hopefully. Hopefully I can get you some more good ideas onto adding onto the story and with the relationship with his sister, Menumi. Hopefully I can give you a good story and a good, like, fights and stuff. So I hope that you're satisfied with the what if that I got for you guys today. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye, everyone. Oh, one more thing. You want me to do the face cam one day? I will. Though I'm gonna tell you guys, you're not gonna be impressed with what you see. So yeah, see you all next time. Bye bye, everyone.